I think it's going to be around fall. This is not going to be a league that's going to fold in the middle of the season like the AAF.
No.
If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067. To me, the rules, it's fine to talk about it. I don't think it's dramatically different. It's basically football. The conversions, okay, you can go for 1, 2, or 3. That's different. The kickoffs, okay, it's different, but that's not a huge part of the game. The game itself
but it's not.
Is pretty similar.
But it's a shock when you see them line up.
Yeah, that is kind of weird
and
to see.
when the ball's in the air, no one moves until the guy catches it.
Right.
It's just weird. And then if you kick the ball off and it doesn't reach the 20, the opposite 20.
Yes, it's a big penalty.
Huge penalty. You get the ball on your own 45.
Right.
You basically get it at midfield.
Good, because they're trying to have kickoff returns.
Correct.
And I think when they actually have kickoff returns, you probably will see more taken to the house because the way that they have it set up, it's not like a layered defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's the 10 guys straight across there with the kicker way back.
Right.
So if they break through that initial wall,
you're not used to seeing that.
You're going all the way.
But like we said, the on the field production with the cameraman running around the field basically during play, not during play, but during huddles. They're interviewing guys coming off the field after they score or after they interceptions.
I think it's great.
Different. It's just different.
By the way, how dopey is Zorn that he's just covering up his mouth for the play calls? Yet he
but you can hear him. Right.
What is he doing?
He's kind of a dog.
Good old Zorny. Gotta love that guy.
He obviously didn't know he was being heard by everyone.
Howie on his elbow.
I guess not.
I'd give it a thumbs up. Did you give the opening weekend a thumbs up?
I want to comment on that.
I feel bad. I only saw I was running around. I only saw an hour on TV. It was exactly what I thought it would be. It would be slickly produced on a major network, and it was football, and at a time where, to me, it was between that and Pebble Beach, and I had 2 screens going at the same time. So,
Cakes, would you give it a thumbs up? Opening weekend XFL.
I think you give it a thumbs up. I think it's enough to tune back in and keep your interest at least for a few weeks.
I will say this, like Cake said, if you're playing in these massive stadiums that seat 80,000 and you're only filling a quarter of it, it looks bad.
Yeah.
If they're playing in smaller, like the DC Defenders playing it out, he's perfect.
Yep.
Because there was 18,000 people
some
there.
venues just aren't just in the they know it. They're too big.
I know. They're just too big, and it just looks bad.
It's the same thing with the PLL in Premier Lacrosse. When they play in the smaller venues, when they would play it out at Hopkins, and they could hold like 10,000. It was unbelievable night. Yeah. But you get 10,000 in Gillette, and it looks
the optics are bad.
Yeah, the optics are bad, even though it's still an awesome
and the crowd
product.
noise then is diluted.
Right.
Yeah.
You lose it in those big.
But those are growing pains. I mean, you just have to deal with that.
Well, I'm just saying, what else can you do?
I mean, book colleges, I guess. That kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe they have to.
They do smaller venues, but they'll figure it
out. Is
out.
Field going to be pummeled for the soccer team?
I have no idea.
Well, the good news is it's only 4 home games. Yeah. Right. So they don't practice.
Is it 4 or 5?
5.
5.
Oh, is it 5?
Yeah.
I think it's 5.
More.
So play 10, right? 10 total games.
How does that
playoffs.
field?
Oh, yeah.
How does Audi Field look better than Redskins Field looks at any point during the season?
it's a
summer,
mystery.
It's summer and fall.
I don't know.
Like, how can the grass in the wintertime at Audi Field look like that?
Well, part of the reason is I'm guessing Audi Field doesn't have Kenny Chesney coming in, Rammstein coming in, and having the field just crushed by these big, massive concerts and stages.
Well, do they have a lot of constant? Do they have constant concerts out at FedEx
during the summer months?
Not constant. They have occasional concerts.
I mean, I think before the preseason or during the preseason, they have at least like 2 massive concerts right before the season starts.
I mean, one big concert will do that. But I've also heard that Dan, he spends a lot of money, but he's kind of cheap on that aspect of it.
He's had that reputation.
Yeah. Let's go to Kevin in Gaithersburg. Kevin, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junks.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Kevin?
I was actually at the game too.
Mm-hmm.
I was there with I think there was 9 of us.
Right.
Just a bunch of my family. I mean, it was cool. The stadium's the perfect size. I mean, there were 17,000 people in attendance and then 20,000 person stadium. So it's really the perfect size. But I think people were just excited to see football again. I mean, now that the NFL is over, it's easier to get tickets. Although at game time tickets were wildly more expensive than they were a week before.
What did you pay?
But,
what did you pay for your tickets?
So
$20?
We had so many. We actually did. I called them up and did the group rate because they had so many of us.
Yeah.
So we got it was like $35 a pop. But then I resold them. I resold one of them for like $160.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you stay for the whole game?
Yeah, we did. Even though we had 2 little kids, like 2 3-year-olds, we stayed for the whole game, and I mean, everybody had fun.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you go to Redskins games?
I generally go to 1 or 2 a year. Like I go with some of my buddies, and we just, we tailgate before and make a party out of it. Basically, we don't really go for the game so much anymore.
I know it's sad, but it's true.
Who knew there was such a robust market for scalping Defenders tickets?
Well, how
Well,
would
it was the first game.
Yeah,
though,
that's
first
true.
game.
how
Everyone
would you
wanted to see it.
compare your experience at your most recent Redskins game as to this Defenders game?
It's kind of hard to say because going with friends versus family. Tailgating wasn't really a thing for this, but I mean the atmosphere in the game, the stadium was much better. Although getting a beer was freaking impossible.
Correct.
They got.
I
I would rather go. I would rather go to a Defenders game than a Redskins game at this point.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
ticket prices reflect that. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it, buddy.
They do have to do
Yep.
something about the bar because
I'm sure they'll figure that out.
they have to. You got to have
Well, it
like
only hurts them.
15 bartenders where they had like
Right.
6. You need
Yep.
about 15.
Yep.
People waiting in line. Just missing
Bringing those
half a quarter.
mobile like rolling carts and just set them up wherever they need them.
Did they
They'll
have
figure it
people in
out.
the stands selling?
No, I didn't see that.
See, that might be something that
Like
happens the next game.
concessionaire guys.
Yeah.
You didn't see any of that?
I didn't.
They weren't doing cotton candy and all that stuff?
I did not see that.
Huh.
They're
Interesting.
just understaffed.
I didn't realize.
Probably weren't
Let's
ready.
go to Norm. Norm, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Chucks.
Hey, not much, but yeah, we went to the game. I took 3 of my kids. Oh, so I took 1 kid plus his girlfriend and her brother. So we had a great time. I mean, one of the things is, like you said, there's accessibility due to price, and so it was, we invested like maybe for $80 into the game, and everybody had a good time.
Right. Right.
I mean, there's some things like, getting used to some of the way the kickoff was going, but that's not a big deal to me because, I like just watching it. But I do agree with some of the other callers. The Audi field, as far as, getting to certain things, like getting to the store was crazy because there was a long line. But other than that, it's fine,
Yeah, like we said, maybe they didn't expect that many people. I mean, the place was pretty
Yeah.
much full. And so
Yeah.
for next week, are they playing at home next week?
I believe they
Yeah,
are.
one
Yeah,
of the
I
dumb
think it's
things
6
they
o'clock
did.
game.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like we got in line because somebody said, oh, yeah, they got these kickoff footballs for sale. And they were like, and this is really whiny and stupid. They were like $20 in the store, but they were $30 online, but they only got like 50 of them, and that was like by the time you got in the store, they were all gone. So,
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just a really silly thing, but,
Look,
Other than
it's
everything
first
else is
week.
great.
It's
Yeah.
going to take them a year to figure it out.
Yes, correct.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for taking my call, brother. Have a good day.
All right. Appreciate you,
What-
Norm. Thank you, buddy.
What about like getting in and out of the area? Because wasn't that one of the big things about FedEx is that it's impossible to like.
Well, Jason left
well,
at halftime.
Well, left at halftime, but getting in, because we went to Circa for lunch, and we got there, we left Circa about half hour before kickoff, and there was, tons of people walking. So obviously a lot of people using the metro, but there was just a ton of people, and getting into the lot, yeah, it took a while. But
So
again,
like the infrastructure is kind of the same, like getting
yeah,
in.
yep.
What,
well,
what
it's
about
not super easy to
what-
get around here.
what about the city? Was like the city a buzz? You know, like,
like
if
when you were
there's,
at
Yeah,
Circa.
yeah, it was
Because
jammed.
you had people walking around everywhere.
Yeah, everyone was going to the game.
Right. Were they all wearing did people have XFL Defenders gear on?
I mean, I saw a lot of Caps gear. Now the Caps were playing later. They were playing the Flyers later,
Right.
so maybe people were going to the Caps game
Double dipping?
afterwards.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, there was a lot of Nats gear and just local DC stuff.